Welcome to Financing the American Dream, a national show about real estate, lifestyle, and culture. A real show, not a reality show. We're going to take you all around the country and show you some of the best neighborhoods with some great stories today.
You have some other opportunities of properties that they might not be seeing.
I've noticed every transaction I've had with you is just completely seamless.
This is just a stunning, beautiful piece of work.
It's just an amazing area to live.
Lake life is just really, that's the life I love.
Thank you so much for showing us Old Town, such a unique part of Albuquerque.
Let's get the show started right now.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
I got it. I got it.
For our first segment today, we're going to take you to Prescott, Arizona, where Danelle Riggs is going to host and show you around.
Hey there, welcome to American Dream, a national show about lifestyle, real estate, and culture. My name is Danelle Riggs, and I welcome you to Prescott, Arizona. This is my hometown, and by the way, it's spelled Prescott, but if you say Prescott, we know you're not from here. So Prescott like biscuit. Welcome.
Lonely, lonely, lonely bodies. Lonely, lonely, lonely bodies. Dancing to the stereo. Wherever we wanna go, wherever we wanna go.
So I am incredibly blessed to be able to help families move to Prescott all the time. I think that most families move to Prescott because of the small town feel. We're super small, and yet we're super close to awesomeness. So, we're about an hour and a half away from Phoenix. We're about an hour and a half away from Flagstaff. So we've got mountains for skiing and snow and trees. We're closer to Phoenix for some warm weather, but yet Prescott, it's about a mile high. We have trees. It's just an amazing area to live. I want to introduce you to a very good friend of mine who's going to come in and talk a little bit about our local market and give you an idea of what it looks to buy a home right now in Prescott. I'm super excited to introduce a very good friend of mine, Mr. Ronnie DiBenedetta. He is a local real estate agent with Better Homes and Gardens, Bloomtree Realty. Ronnie, how long have you been in Prescott and what brings you?
Oh my goodness, we moved here a little over 5 years ago. Drove through town, fell in love with it, I think is what most people do, bought a house and stayed.
So you work with a lot of buyers.
I do.
And tell us about the local real estate market.
The local real estate market is kind of crazy right now. I do work with a lot of local buyers. We work with people within our community that are moving across it, and we also work with people that are retiring here, coming from out of state, out of city. It's just a wonderful community, wonderful buyers, and it's just great.
Can anybody buy a home right now here?
Absolutely, absolutely. They can buy a home, you just have to be ready to go. You have to be pre-qualified. You have to have your money in place. You have to have your credit in place. You have to be ready to go. You have to be ready to go without contingencies. Right now is a tricky time because we have about 300 homes on the market. And in a community that has about 125,000 people, that's not a lot of homes. Right now we're saying we've got about 4.5 to 5 buyers per listing right now.
Oh, wow.
So every listing that you're getting, there's multiple offers on, and you just got to hire the right agent that's going to get in there, put on those boxing gloves, and fight for it.
True.
You got to fight for it.
Yeah.
And you're fighting for it ahead of time, as well as fighting for it during the process of it. You use a local lender. That's the first thing. Second thing is knowing the inventory, building relationship with other agents, finding the right title company, finding the right inspection people. These are all things that go through the process that make it easy once you get it accepted to carry it all the way through to close. In the past, my job used to be to get you the good deal. Right now, my job is to get you the contract. So getting a good deal right now is about 5 to 10% over asking price.
Well, it's good stuff, man. Thank you so much. It's such an honor working with you.
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you so much for spending some time today with me in Prescott, Arizona. I know that it is a little tricky right now to buy a home, but that's why you have a really killer partnership of an awesome local real estate agent and an awesome local lender to help you get into your new home. As we move forward with our episodes, I want to introduce you to some of the incredible a variety that we have, from pine trees to high-end luxury to golf communities. There's just so many options, ranch land, whatever it is that floats your boat, I guarantee you we have it. I look forward to seeing you again on the next episode of The American Dream.
This next segment's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to Lake Texoma down in Texas for the biggest sailing competition. Michelle Castle hosts. Let's go.
Michelle Castle, Guild Mortgage with American Dream TV. You know, living a life you love, I talk about it often, and I think it's so important that you're around people that you enjoy being with. You're doing things that you enjoy doing. Your home is what you need and want it to be. For me, lake living is part of living that life I love. I have you here today at Lake Texoma. We're at Grandpappy Point Restaurant here for the Spring Fest Regatta. But what in the heck is the Spring Fest Regatta? I have Christy Perkins with ERA, Steve Cook in Company Real Estate, a lake expert. She grew up on this water, so she knows all about the regatta, and she's going to tell us about it today.
Well, the regatta started many years ago with the Texoma Sailing Club as an opportunity to raise money for Special Olympics of Grayson County. They still have the races, and it's their annual spring season kickoff to their racing season.
So what makes Lake Texoma such a great place for sailboats?
It's a nice deep water lake. We have 580 miles of shoreline, over 20 marinas on the lake. The water is deep, so sailing is great.
I'm telling you, just lake life is just really, that's the life I love. We're gonna go look at a house just right a little ways around the corner that is just got everything that I'd be looking for in lake living, just living that life I love. Come check it out.
How cool is this?
Love the ceilings and the windows with such a beautiful view. Show me around. What's your favorite?
Well, my favorite is this great room. Just the big open space and fireplace, place where everybody can gather together. I love to cook, so you can cook and still interact. And then from there, my favorite place is walking right on through these doors.
All right, let's go check it out. This is it.
This is peaceful living. So out here we have an outdoor kitchen on around the corner. We have a casita out here with a game room and living space. And then we have an outdoor living space with a fireplace and all this beautiful stonework. And then out here we have our little water feature. It's still rural living. It's outside the city limits and overlooking our beautiful lake. This house has a sailboat slip with it that is a 36-foot long uncovered slip. And it's in the cove that is strictly for this neighborhood. Let's go take a look at the boat slip now. This slip that comes with this house is basically a sailboat slip. It's uncovered. You could put a powerboat here, but ideally, somebody with a sailboat, like what's out racing today, could come here and park and then just go up the hill to the house.
Love it. You know, living that life you love means something different for everyone. But if you're looking for a home and you're looking for financing, I'd love to be that one that you call so I can help you live that life you love. Thanks for watching American Dream TV. I'm Michelle Castle.
Now let's take you up to the Midwest. Ryan Kiefer, our host up there, is going to give you some expert advice.
Hey everybody, Ryan Kiefer, Cincinnati, Ohio, coming to you today with top realtor Tamika O'Neill and Mr. Brad Ollinger, president of Sterling Homes. Let's go see what they're up to. Hey everyone, joining me now, Ms. Tamika O'Neill, eXp Realty. Tamika, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Ryan.
Yeah, so glad to have you on. So we were just talking before about how hot the Cincinnati housing market is, obviously. What are you seeing out there?
The Cincinnati market is, it's crazy. It's like a lot of markets nationwide where there is just strictly low inventory. So if you are looking to be a buyer in this market, you have to be sure to position yourself, primarily working with an amazing real estate agent like myself, who can sometimes get access to properties before they actually hit the market. And that's a good way to avoid bidding wars. You look at 10 properties, you write 10 offers, and you hear no.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row, your pre-approval, and all of those things, so that when you do get to the finish line, you can walk across it.
Yeah, buyer fatigue is a very real thing right now, unfortunately. So yeah, they need to be prepared, have those ducks in a row, not only be pre-approved, but maybe fully approved through underwriting. And also, I think it's important, most people start their home search online. You have some other opportunities of properties that they might not be seeing. Right?
Yes, absolutely. When you work with a real estate agent, 9 times out of 10, we know other real estate agents here in our local market, to where we can say, hey, do you have a house that's available on the market? Right. And then we can get to it before it's available to the general public, and like you said, online.
Yeah, no, that is so key right now to have those ducks in a row. And that's why it's better to go ahead and get pre-approved sooner rather than later, because sometimes, as you know, there might be errors on the credit report that we can fix and get ahead of the game.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for being on.
Thanks for having me.
Hey everyone, joining me now, Mr. Brad Olinger, president of Sterling Homes. Brad, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, glad to have you on. So we're here at a beautiful example of a recent home you've completed. So crazy market out there, obviously, for the builders. I kind of feel for you. It's like catching a falling knife a little bit with prices going up.
Yeah. It has been bad, but it's also really good right now. I'm never going to complain when we can sign the contracts that we're signing right now. Probably the most difficult is educating the consumer. We more or less do a price sheet, get them in the ballpark. They'll design plans, design everything, and then we'll send out for a bid, and we lock in hard numbers.
Okay.
But somebody comes in today and wants to do something, we just can't. There's too much planning to go ahead in the custom market.
Right.
In the production market, you can move a little quicker, and you got a couple plans to pick. But in the custom market, that's what we've geared to. It is crazy, but it's a really good market right now. And as long as buyers are knowing that there's people out there, there is opportunity out there, and that's where it's really key. And a lot of people have not built because they were just so scared of 2008. Right. People aren't making investments like they were in the early, 60s, 70s, 90s, so on. So our supply is so low when our demand, with the millennial market coming into the buying power, it's kind of the perfect storm, whatever you'd say.
It is, and it's going to continue for a while. Thanks so much for being on. That was great.
Thank you.
I'm going to kick it back to you guys in the studio.
We're going to stick around the Midwest. We're going to go see Adriana Bates in Kansas City, who's going to show you an exclusive area. Let's go see Adriana.
Adriana Bates here, another episode of The American Dream. Just outside of Kansas City in a new home subdivision in the hills of Leawood. We're featuring Patrick Willis with Willis Custom Homes and Danette Baker. Let's go check it out. Come on. Welcome to another episode of The American Dream. I'm sitting here with the prestigious Patrick Willis of Willis Custom Homes. We are in Leawood. This is a very established and beautiful neighborhood. How is it developing down here?
It's wonderful. It's a part of town that a lot of people want to live in. There's a lot of shopping, entertainment, culture around this part of town. It's in the south part of Kansas City, but it's one of the last communities available in Leawood, new home communities. So we're excited to be here.
I think everyone is excited to have you here. And he is the Gold Award winner, as well as the first place award winner of the most recent Parade of Homes here in Kansas City 2021.
That's right. It's a real honor. Builders and architects and designers come from around the country to judge our parade homes, and there's about 300 homes in our parade this spring. This home in its price category won first place across the board for design and quality. The Clydesdale is Willis Custom Homes' most popular model. We're custom, so we have hundreds of plans, but this one is built for entertaining. But we put a lot into this one. We imported stones from around the world for our stairs, our fireplaces, our bathroom underlit see-through vanities.
Just the detail alone in going down the stairs blew me away with how the veining of the marble, is that the correct term?
You're right.
How it continued from each step.
This home has a real high-end luxury hotel feel. So
Yeah.
it's kind of contemporary or transitional, whatever term you want to use, but we've warmed it up too. It's got a lot of warmth to it. So it really appeals to a lot of people that didn't even think they liked contemporary.
Well, Patrick, I really appreciate you coming on the show with me today, and this is just a stunning, stunning, beautiful piece of work.
Thank you very much.
Everyone, this is the Danette Baker. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I started in new homes about 20 years ago, and that is exclusively what I do. So I have been the gamut anywhere from what we would consider entry level all the way up to what we're doing at the Hills, which is extremely custom homes.
Wow. It's been exciting, hasn't it? It's been a wild ride a little bit. Talk about some of the way that the market has kind of moved around as far as inventory and things like that.
The market is insane right now. As you know, there is no inventory. And so because there's not a resale inventory, we're seeing it all shift over to new home construction. So statistically speaking, new home construction makes up a bigger portion of home sales than it ever has in the past. And with the Hills of Leawood, because we are the last subdivision in the city of Leawood, and also we can boast that we have the highest elevations in Leawood, so we have spectacular views. We are a highly sought after subdivision, so we've been very busy.
Well, Danette, this has been such a pleasure having you on the show today. Is there anything else about the home that you wanted to mention or talk about here in the neighborhood?
You know, just about the neighborhood, I can't go on about what a beautiful piece of ground it is, and our access to Ironwoods Park to our north. We connect to their walking trails up there, and so our homeowners can literally just walk the paths and go right into this beautiful amenity that is connected. So
talk about good placement. Good job, Patrick, on that one.
Exactly.
Right up to the park. Well, financing the American dream. Have you not fallen in love with Kansas City yet? Again, we're just outside of the city, 20 minutes, Leawood, Kansas, sitting with Danette Baker, with Reese Nichols and the Kaler Bortnick team, and featured one of Patrick Willis's beautiful custom homes.
Thanks, Adriana.
Now to Albuquerque, New Mexico, where Brian Mosley shows us an up-and-coming neighborhood.
Hi, Brian Mosley here with Financial Mortgage Solutions, and I'm walking through the beautiful Albuquerque Old Town. Today, I'm really excited to introduce you to Austin Wolf and Jimmy Martinez with Redfin. These guys know Albuquerque real estate like the back of their hand, and they've helped so many buyers and sellers with their homes. Today, they're going to be our tour guide and show us around Old Town and downtown in Albuquerque. It's full of history, it's full of culture, and guys, it's going to be a ton of fun. So come on, let's go hang out with them and see what it's all about. Austin, Jimmy,
Brian.
Hey, I'm so excited that you guys met up with me today.
Brian, good to see you.
Yeah, honestly, I've really been looking forward to this.
Hey, same here.
Awesome, cool. Hey, so, man, you grew up here. You were born here.
I am. So, Brian, yes, I'm born and raised here in Albuquerque, here in the heart of the North Valley. So, Old Town's near and dear to my heart. It's just completely full of tradition, culture, history. Old Town's a lot to offer, too.
Yeah.
So, you can come by, hang out, look at some of the beautiful art that's going to be on exhibit here, lots of good vendors that are here. You're strolling through, taking in history, though, looking at some old churches, old buildings that are around here. It's a great place to be.
It's very cool. And so we're really seeing a lot of the old, what we think of with architecture with New Mexico, the flat roofs, the Pueblo style. I mean, some of these buildings, how old are they?
Some of them are about 300 years old.
That's amazing.
So it's a great thing to see. And a lot of them are passed on from generation to generation. So it's not just someone that shows up and buys the house. A lot of them are just passed on from great-grandparents all the way down now to the current generations that are here.
That's great. That's great. Well, hey, guys, should we go explore a little bit?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. So Austin, we're walking right next to the San Felipe de Neri Church. Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Yes, so this is where Old Town and Albuquerque as a whole began. In 1706, the church was built along with the plaza that we see here today.
So it had small beginnings and we had a small community, but what does that community look like today?
Sure, so you'll see a lot of different pockets of people who've been here for hundreds of years, for generations and generations. We still have a very strong native community presence. We've got tons of parks. We've got the walkability to the river. You have in this Old Town Plaza here events that go on for free pretty much every weekend. There's just so much to do in every direction.
That's great. So is there a really cool hangout that we could go check out, someplace that you like to go?
Absolutely. So my favorite place to eat is Golden Crown Panaderia. It's got the best everything. Best pizza, best bread, best everything.
And don't they have like green chili and blue corn?
They do.
That's amazing.
You're absolutely right. The blue corn pizza, phenomenal. Gotta get some.
That's great. Well, let's go check it out, guys.
Yep.
All right.
Well, welcome to the bakery, guys. You caught us at a real good time. We are making one of our favorite pastry items, and these are empanadas. They're like a turnover. These are all made by hand, and so yes, please partake.
Thank you so much. We're excited. Jimmy, thank you so much for showing us Old Town. It's such a unique part of Albuquerque.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and Pratt, thank you, sir. Beautiful restaurant. We loved the bakery.
Thank you very much.
All right, and thanks so much. We'll see you next time on Financing the American Dream.
Now we're going up to Jersey, where Yusuf Abdel Halim shows us the Garden State.
Hey guys, welcome back to Financing the American Dream. I'm Yusuf Abdel Halim, Fannie Mac Home Mortgage, and today we're going to meet my good friend and business partner, Glenn Baker with RE/MAX Select here on beautiful Lake Hopatcong. Come join us. So today we're here on beautiful Lake Hopatcong with Glenn Baker from RE/MAX Select. Glenn, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We're here in front of the Windlass, very popular restaurant. I personally love coming here. I know you have relationships personally with some of the staff members here because you come here often as well.
Yeah, love the place. It's just a lake life for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're actually on your boat, which is pretty neat. You have your boat here at Lake Hopatcong, and there's so many popular lakes. Why Lake Hopatcong?
Well, so Lake Hopatcong, there's a couple of reasons. One is accessibility to where we live, right? So you want to be close to where your boat is. The second is you have accessibility to restaurants, right? And fine restaurants like the Windlass or Alice's, Stonewater. There's just so many great places to go and enjoy.
Absolutely. So, let's talk about like real estate in the lake here, and you've done quite a bit here in the lake. I know that.
Yep.
What would you say the average sales price here is for a home? I mean, to me, it varies so much because all different home sizes, different locations, on the water, slightly off the water.
Yeah, it does. And when you think about it, it's almost like Houston. You think of rings around the lake, right? So when you're on the lake proper, you could have a home that's on an island that's $360,000, $370,000, or one off the lake that's that amount. But then your ones that are on the water with dockage and things like that, you could be anywhere from $650,000 all the way up to $1 million, $3 million is the highest I've seen. Yeah.
Wow. So the market's crazy competitive right now.
It is.
Right? Crazy. I mean, everything is turning into a bidding war, right? And selling at ask price often, right?
Well, yeah.
We're seeing a lot of that. Now, what do you think your competitive advantage is in this market? I know you have a team. Does that help you in any way? I mean,
well, it certainly does with accessibility. With less listings, you have to get on them quicker, and if things moving every 4 days, a team helps that in terms of being able to go see them and multiply yourself more than one.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I've noticed every transaction I've had with you was just completely seamless, and there's a lot to say for that. So, in your opinion, like, what creates a seamless transaction?
We plan the customer experience. So we literally map it out on a board and say, this is the experience we want someone to have when they're purchasing a piece of real estate or a home. It's a home. It's where they live. It's where they're going to experience family values and family events, and that's what we want. We want that happiness there.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that we're here during the day, and this restaurant's obviously very, very busy. What is the nightlife like here?
It's great, and it's events, right? So they have fireworks, they have music night. moonlights. They have each of the different bars have their own thing, and that's part of the lake life, right? And at nighttime, once the things tone down, the restaurants stop, you'll see everyone going back to their docks by moonlight. It's pretty neat.
That's cool. So, Glenn, I've heard you have a slogan that you use, and I've heard it multiple times, and especially in some of your Facebook Lives and social media. So what is that slogan?
So the slogan is no surprises ever. Yep. And the intent of it is to ensure that as you move through the process, we're kind of the Sherpa that brings you through it and educating you before things become problems, because information is the key, and everyone's at a different phase in the cycle. And that no surprises ever, it basically tells you that we're professionals, we've done this before, and we're here for you.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, thanks for coming out, everybody. Thanks for being here. Again, we're here on beautiful Lake Hopatcong, and we'll see you on the next segment. Thanks so much.
That's all for today's episode of Financing the American Dream. I've been your host, Craig Sewing. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget you can follow us on social media. Until then, cheers to your American Dream. Hello, America, and welcome to the American Dream, a national TV show centered on real estate, lifestyle, and culture. Let's get this show started right now.
I ain't gonna wait. I'm coming at you straight. Got you in my rear view. I don't even hear you. I'm already flying away.
I cannot wait to show you the inside of this incredible estate.
This show is designed for you, and it's really by you.
This is where I wanna be.
We're going to show you what makes our areas great, our neighborhoods, our lifestyles, our culture, and yes, our real estate.
Our real estate market is hotter than ever.
It's a positive show, a real show.
I love selling homes.
So anywhere you go, all across the coast, we do it every time. Like na 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 na. I got nothing but the highlights. Can't believe that this is my life. I'm only living on the bright side.